Here's an update on the office shed. After everything was tarped up and the shed went through the rain, we had about 2 inches of rain at the lake. And after the rain was done, all the tarps were ripped off. And I started working on the roof, but things had to pivot and change. And as you can see here, my son is helping me out. It kind of aligns with my previous video on how getting kids to help at a young age. And I just got to make sure that he's always safe, and he's up standing on the ladder, he's holding on the rafters, and yeah, so he took all of my tools out of my toolbox, put it in his yellow toolbox, and brought it up to work with me. And this is me kicking him down, so he had to get down. I had to do some more work on the shed, and I had to pivot and change. So instead of just putting straight plywood on the roof, what I did was I used insulation. And I used 1 inch Atlas insulation. It's a styrofoam insulation. What that's going to do is that's going to help reduce the thermal bridging between the plywood and the studs. So having that 1 inch in there, and that made my project change. So I had to rip off the perimeter or the fascia that's around there, because what I was using was 2x6, and with the additional 1 inch of foam, all of the fascia, so that would be the perimeter of the roof, that had to be higher, just so I can install the plywood sheathing on top of all that. And yeah, and in the
can't have the rain on it.
Next videos, I'll show you, or next pictures actually, I'll show you what I mean by this. So you can see how there's the rafters there, and this is that Atlas styrofoam with tinfoil on there. I'm insulating everything, and how I got that up. Initially I was hauling up sheets of plywood, but my neighbor said, I have a skid steer, why are you guys hauling it up by hand? And I just did it by hand because I needed something to step on so I wouldn't fall through the styrofoam. And so when my wife went over there to chat with him about stuff, he asked what we were doing, and when he found out that we were hauling plywood by hand, he automatically just came with the skid steer and brought it up. And so this made my life way easier and safer to have the plywood ready to go, and to fasten it to the roof. So yeah, so that day we had to undo a lot of stuff, and this is the completion of the day. The roof is all completed, and this is the sunset after the job was done.